we have a question coming in from our community. Somebody asks, after dose of Covishield, I feel dizzy all the time. My eyes are strongly stressed all day. Even after long sleeping hours, I feel sleepy. I have severe headaches after flour-based meals. I tried fasting but had severe headache. And I take detox water, green smoothie regularly, and a lot of fruits and vegetables. So in case if you're experiencing any of such symptoms specifically after your second dose of vaccination, I believe it is very important to see the things in a holistic manner. If at all such symptoms are happening to you, it's very important to understand what was your state of health or condition of health before you got vaccinated. Were you in a good state of health? Did you already had some kind of health concern? The kind of diet you had, the kind of lifestyle you lived. See, because it's very it's too early to determine what are going to be the side effects of Covishield vaccination. Having said that, of course, looking at the demand of the hour, we cannot skip the vaccination. But what is it that we can do to deal with all these symptoms that we may be facing after the vaccination? A lot of it could also be psychosomatic, I must say, because we've been sitting home for last 2.5 years. The kind of indoor environment or the sedentary environment does have that kind of an effect where you start to feel lazy, tired, you don't want to move and do a lot of things. So I believe it's a lot of holistic things coming in together. Some part of course, yes, there could be some symptoms being there because of the vaccination that you've gone through. Still, what you need to look into is what kind of diet you have been following. Is it this diet that you're following right now was the same diet that you had been following before you got vaccinated or COVID happened? What kind of lifestyle you have been living in past few years, which is going to show up everything now, because this is the time when we are too much stressed also. So everything has a role to play, whether it be your diet, whether it be your lifestyle, whether it be your state of emotions, and whether you being at home all the time. So few of the pointers that I believe can really help you when it comes to dealing with the symptoms. So the way out is, let's not focus on what are the symptoms, or let's not put our mind into these could be the side effects or symptoms or the vaccination. Let's look into what best we can do for ourselves to make sure that we do not face with these symptoms. So I'll try giving you some pointers. I believe these will definitely help you. Try these and do let us know if these made a difference, any difference to your So as a solution, I would highly recommend that consider foods as your third choice, because even before foods start to work within us, see, everything is energy within us. So we really need to figure out what is it that energizes us, that keeps us in a high spirited state, so that we don't feel all these symptoms that you may be going through. So what are the sources of these this energy that we're talking about? Food, of course, is a source of energy, but the way you consume it, the way you cook it, the timings that you consume it, and if you're just consuming and not focusing on elimination of the foods, everything stagnates within. This stagnation also ultimately becomes the cause of a lot of health concerns that you keep facing, after a certain while it all accumulates and starts to show up in all these symptoms that you're talking about. So I would highly recommend the very first line of action for you should be getting out in nature. Start to move your body, start to just experience your body from the perspective of movement. Why? Because food is one part of it, but food also metabolizes inside or works best inside when there is a free flow happening inside the body. And unless we move, unless we don't get out, unless we do some strategic movements where we create twists for our body or go upside down, you don't actually work on the deeper layers of the body where the clogging may be happening. So movement, I would say, is the very first thing which can really help you deal with the situation. Secondly, wake up early, get out in the sun, and just expose yourself to at least 15 to 20 minutes of sunlight in the morning. So there's a scientific reason why I'm recommending. So in the morning, when you sun rays hit you, so there are some chemical reactions happening in your brain which actually activate the active side of us in the morning. That's the reason it's always been talked about in the ancient sciences also, to have a routine where you wake up early and go to bed early, because some hormones are happening at night which are preparing your body for a sleep and rest time, and some hormones are happening in the body which are preparing you for the morning time, where you ought to be active. You don't feel all those symptoms which you generally tend to feel at night. So my first tip would be, get out in nature, get out in the sun, move your body, start your day early, start your day with good amount of water, let your system flush out, let your system just free flow from the inside out. It might take some time to get adjusted to this routine. It's not going to happen in a day, believe me. You might feel some uncomfortable symptoms also, but that is where you start to open up your system. Once the system starts to open, you start to feel a lot of drastic changes happening to you from the inside out. It's also to do with lack of oxygenation in the body. So our brain runs on oxygen and glucose. So through the day, when we are sitting, when our breathing capacity is not full, when we are just sitting in front of the system, not, and of course when we are at home also, when there is no much movement inside the body, what tends to happen is your elimination capacity goes low. So your elimination capacity from the perspective of lungs starts to go low, which means you may be holding more carbon dioxide in the body than inhaling a lot of oxygen. That excess of carbon dioxide in the body does end up giving you those dizzy feelings that you may be going through. So breathing practices is going to be my next tip. Spend some time doing some breathing practices. Start small, start with 10 minutes of pranayama. Of course, as I said, it's not going to happen in a day, but as you make it a part of your lifestyle and your routine, you will start to feel much more energized. You will not feel all those dizzy symptoms happening to you. As I said, it's more of a lifestyle. You really have to dedicate yourself to living this way, but there's no other way out. If you really want to feel good, it doesn't come. And if your eyes are overly stressed, few things that I would highly recommend. I think this is one complaint that I have been listening from a lot of my clients also. Considering that we had been home for quite a long time, and the kind of artificial lights that we have been under, they tend to create a lot of stress for the eyes also. And I personally also have been experiencing that unless you don't go out, unless you are under those strong lights or in front of your computer systems or your laptop or your mobile the whole day, your eyes are going to suffer. So you really need to take care of yourself from the holistic perspective. If it is about your eyes strongly feeling stressed, some yogic practices, eye yogic practices will help ease out your muscles, will create that flow in your blood flow in your eye area. You will feel much better. Apart from creating these pranayam practices in the morning, also try to practice some yogic eye practices. You can just go to Google and find out yogic eye practices, and you'll get a whole lot of exercises that you can practice that in the long run will not just improve upon your the eye condition that you are experiencing, but will also help you improve upon your eyesight, will help you experience more clarity. So go down on your computer time. As I again will repeat, the very first line of action should be go out, have some movement, go out when the weather is nice, when the air is breezy. Feel that breeze, because that breeze is, it might feel like a breeze, but it's doing so much good to our body. So even if you're feeling sleepy through the day, even after long hours of sleep through the day, I think it's not a very good idea to relate all these symptoms directly to your vaccination. You really need to see, what is it that you are not doing right in your routine. Are you doing something through the day which really keeps you motivated and passionate about what you do? Or are you just following a mundane lifestyle, starting your day, doing household chores, or maybe if you're working, living that similar kind of a routine and not adding that spark or that zest to your life. So, it's a known phrase in yogic sciences that your body gives you signals when it is not comfortable or it's not feeling happy. So one, of course, we experience happiness with our mind, but our body also experiences happiness. If it is happy, it will be active, it will be passionate, and it will be really happy doing tirelessly what you wish to do. But if you're doing something through the day which you're not liking, or your body is not liking, or you're living a mundane lifestyle, or you're not giving a break through the day, ultimately it does happen that your body starts to show up these signs of not liking it in the form of laziness, in the form of you being a couch potato. And it starts with the body, but with this kind of an attitude, it does have an impact on the mind, because your hormones change, the chemical secretions change, how the body functioning happens changes, and it becomes a vicious cycle. It starts with the mind, it impacts the body, and when the body gets impacted, those organ systems get impacted, that sluggishness starts to happen, and it becomes a vicious kind of a circle. You don't know where to break it from. I would still say the breaking will happen once you start to align yourself with the laws of the nature. There is no bigger, better way than starting your day early and spending some good 1 or 2 hours on yourself, writing or figuring out or doing certain practices that really make you happy, that really make you, live through the day, or flow through the day really easily. So you also mentioned that you tried fasting. My one suggestion would be, fasting is not for everybody. Of course, it is very good. It does have, we cannot emphasize enough how important fasting can be. Very, very important. It does give your system a break, and all that time to just flush out the toxins that it needs to, which keeps us, free flowing and going from within. Having said that, when it is about fasting, you really need to see what state of health you are in right now, because the kind of symptoms that you're mentioning, which is dizziness, lack of energy, tiredness, you feel sleepy all through the day, it could also be due to some nutritional deficiencies. Maybe your blood sugar levels are low, maybe you're not getting enough kick to start in the morning because your hormones are low. So you really have to bring your system to a level where all these imbalances start to first get to a balance, where these naggy symptoms don't hit you at a larger scale. And then once your system is balanced, then you start to bring about all these other changes that we're talking about. So I would recommend balance out your meals first. Start your day with a good whole grain, get that energy flowing and going in the body. Start your day with a movement, let that energy flow through the body through that movement. Wake up early, get that energy from the sun and the breezy air. That will bring your system to a balance. Your perspective will start to change. You would want to do more things. You would want to think, what is it that makes you happy, that makes you really live through the day, or what you're passionate about. You would, small little changes, maybe you might just realize, okay, I like gardening, or I like cooking, or I like reading, which I have not been doing just because I'm feeling all these naggy symptoms. But you really have to give your system a chance to experience all these things by living it, by starting to bring about those changes in your diet and lifestyle gradually, slowly. Give yourself time. It's not a quick fix. Give yourself 15 days, 20 days, you might feel some change. That would be a good kick or boost for you to bring about another change in your lifestyle, routine, diet, whatever. And then gradually just take it on from there. So it's when we talk of foods, it's a very minor part of everything that we are trying to do. Our problem today is we just try to find out all these solutions in our foods. Believe me, foods is just one part of you. It's way bigger. What matters is, what is your purpose of life, what is it that you want to do, what is it that makes you happy. Because see, when we talk of foods, again, as I said, it's becoming energy in the body, but that passion also is energy for you. If you like to do something that immediately energizes you, the similar way the foods may energize you. So once you start to look at things from that energy perspective, how things become energy within, and that energy can be a positive energy and a negative energy, and what we do and the kind of energy that it gives to us. Say for example, you had a fight with your spouse, for example, so it's a negative energy, right? It's pulling you down. Or you started gardening, which may be your passion, and you immediately start to feel that surge of energy upwards, where you don't even feel like eating. You're so happy, passionate doing your gardening stuff. Even if it is meals are getting later, it doesn't matter to you. So experiencing energy, realizing energy, and living your lifestyle, way of life, by realizing what is it that pulls you up, what is it that pulls you down, is where I think true healing lies within. And this has been a strong, my own experience in my practice also. Of course, I started my journey with the foods, but at this point in time, after learning and understanding yogic practices, now trying to understand how yoga looks at you. Believe me, it's everything about energy. When we talk of sattvic lifestyle, we boil it down to foods, but sattva is the element of the mind. Sattva is the energy of the mind, or the to keep you light and keep you uplifted. So when we talk of energy, uplifting energy, everything comes into the practice, whether it be your foods, whether it be a lifestyle, whether it be movement, how clean you keep your body, how much effort do you spend on yourself, understanding yourself, how much time do you spend realizing what is it that can really make you happy. And of course, that aligning all of this with good foods, with living foods, with maybe good cooking practices, including a lot of fresh and nice foods. That's where you are just trying to elevate your energy up and up and up. And believe me, that is where your healing starts within. That is where no disease will be within you. That is where you start to live ageless. That is where all these nagging symptoms will not be anymore a part of